Oh, film. Yeah, man, this car over here, you see it, the black Seat Ibiza. Had the car parked the car directly. Yeah, this yoke here. 19D1129. Had the car parked, or parked this car directly in front of this Jeep here. In front of that, you had the car parked there. I could hear the door slamming, so I went out and I seen this woman getting out of the car. She was out of the car. She opened the back door once and slammed it, and then opened the door again and slammed the door. And the purpose of that was just to create noise harassment. Why I come out and opened the fucking window was because they were creating noise. Why park your car directly, reversed it in there? That car there is parked correctly. Now this black is Seat Ibiza, was parked the same as this car here, parking facing outwards, so that they could get the doors closer, the back doors closer to the flat, and slam the doors, creating noise harassment. Now later on, a few minutes later, the man that was in the car drove down. He said he was from Dublin, and we had a few words saying about, I told him about this, that and the other. It was all about noise harassment, stalking and harassment, which it was. He denied that. Now, I don't know whether he was a guard or whether he was a fucking detective or what, but he just parked the yoke. It was parked there, and then he moved it over there. There's a fella up there on number 2, I think it's number 3, lives up here, and he was filming the whole lot. Now he was filming because, and then number 2 had the window open, listening to the conversation or whatever was going on. But the man that was driving the black Ibiza come down and talked and said yes, no, this, that and the other, and I asked him why the woman opened the door twice and slammed it twice. He said it hit her on the hip or some nonsense like this here. But they're involved in organised stalking and harassment, and that's what was going on there. So it was about an hour or so, or half an hour, we were talking and trying to explain whatever was going on. But like people on a Sunday evening, you know, was trying to relax and It's what time is now? About 8 o'clock in the evening. That was about 20 minutes ago or so. It's 9 o'clock now, 8:59, and that was about half an hour ago or so. He parked the car there. The only reason I went out was because he was slamming, or they were slamming the doors, creating noise harassment. He came down and I asked him questions. He said he knew what stalking and harassment was, but that was a completely different thing than what I'm going through. But he said he knew nothing about it, but he did. He knew everything about it. Why he parked the car right there in the first place and slammed the doors. Then the number 3 up here was videoing the whole situation in case we went out and started a row with him. He was videoing everything. Number 2 had his window open, smoking a cigarette, listening to everything that was going on. Number 2 is just next door. He's up a couple of 100 yards or about 5 yards up here. What he does is open his front door and close it, slam it, bang, 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 bang. Create more noise harassment. He does as well. Number 3 is involved in stalking and harassment as well, and organised crime. He knows what's going on. Number 2 is the exact same. He's supposed to be on the dole or whatever it is. He never leaves He never leaves next door. He only leaves when we leave the flat. When we're in here, he's in there. When we're out of here, he's out of here. And all he does is listen and create noise. That every morning I get up, there's a vehicle passes the house. Every morning. The minute I get out of bed and come in, there's a car or a van or something passes the house. Exactly the same time as I get out of bed. But the whole thing is involved. They have the country destroyed with this bullshit. You know, they're all involved in it. They're all in organised stalking and harassment. I asked him what he was. He said he knew what stalking and harassment was, but it's the different type than what I'm involved in. But number 2's involved in it. Number 3's involved in it. And that's the carry on that's going on here. It's a complete complex. It's a flat that I'm living in, and basically all the people that's living in this complex is involved in stalking and harassment, which is illegal, against human rights, against everything, basically against everything. But the people that does this haven't got a mind of their own. All they're doing is listening and told what to do by somebody else, plain and simple. But that's what this country is basically down to. Listening to someone else, about someone. This fella here has done this. He has created destruction. He has done this. He has done that. He is involved in stealing. He's involved in that, the other. No, I'm not involved in anything in such as that, anything at all. But I asked him out there, what was he told about me? He couldn't answer me. But when I told him, or asked him, what I said to him was, you have the country destroyed, what they have. He had nothing to say about that either. I don't know, all the TIs knows what's happening and what's going on. Basically, it's just pure evil, corrupt. I don't know exactly the words to put on it, but it's a complete disaster. It's a complete disaster. It'll never ever work for them. It'll never work for them because it's pure lies, corruption, dirt, scraping the bottom of the barrel, you name it. It's corrupted. It'll never work out. The lies, the bloody, I don't know how to put words on it, tell you the truth. But at the end of the day, it's never going to work for them. Never, ever, ever. But he stood out there and I asked him, was he a detective? He looked like a detective. He said he was from Dublin. I don't know. Why would you move your car from here over to there? Just to take the light off, just to take it. I'm not causing trouble. That is the thing, why he moved his car over there. To say that, more or less, to take the blame off him. Every car that swerves at me or wangles at me or whatever the fuck it is, or whatever the crack is, swerving a car, they'll wave at you. What the fuck are they waving at me? They're complete strangers. I don't know them from Adam. I don't know from Adam. But all the TAs know what's happening and what's going on. But at the end of the day, chuck your law, that's what I say. Eventually, at some stage, they'll be found out, you know. But it's what it is, deniable plausibility, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing anything wrong. I am doing wrong. They are doing wrong, but I'm not doing anything wrong. That's 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 the thing. You can hear the cars beeping out there. But it's complete. It's. I don't want to fight with anybody or talk with anyone, but at the end of the day, I had to go out because there was that much banging at the doors, you know. Other for that, I wouldn't bother me hours, like, you know, I wouldn't. But the slamming of the doors, I opened the window and I seen the woman opening the door, banging, closing it. She opened it again, bang, closing it. She didn't know that I was fucking looking out the window. And then there was a big fucking discussion about this, that and the other, you know, whatever. But sure, they denied everything, like, you know. But I seen it with my own 2 eyes. The harassment is ramped up for me anyway. They have loads of fucking. They have loads of stalkers sitting at shops. They had one sitting at Mr. Price's today, now flew with glasses on him. He couldn't even look at me. I was talking through the window. He wouldn't even look at me. You know, he wouldn't even look at me. And a friend of mine said to him, take a picture, it'll last longer. He was there and out. Oh, and the same to you, he says. Now, when I confronted him and asked him, was he involved in stalking and harassment and intimidation, he was trying to intimidate someone without glasses on, but he had nothing to say, wouldn't look at me, looked away. But the thing is to do, if anybody's targeted or whatever it is, I've been targeted now for about 8 years or so. Now, they'll ramp it up and they'll ramp it down and they'll stop it for a while and they'll come it back for a while and the whole lot. There's number 2 involved here next door, number 3's involved, upstairs involved in number 2, number 2, and then there's number 3's involved in it as well. Basically these is all flats. And there's a play school out there, kids, you know, screaming and shouting every morning, banging next door to man number 2, the cars outside banging as well, you know, all the noise harassment. That's what they're doing, basically. But it's all to do with to try and break you down, your nervous system, to make you a nervous wreck. Basically, like, you can basically come a nervous wreck out of this if you want to, but at the end of the day, thank God I'm not a nervous wreck. But they'll always deny what they're doing and say that you're in the wrong, you know. But any TAs out there, don't let them faze you. It's all a fucking smoke and mirrors. All they want you to do is attack them or do something like this here. They'll fill you full of bullshit. They'll sit with their dark glasses. They'll do everything they can to annoy you and harass you. They'll dress up like you. I have a white t-shirt and I have black tracksuit bottoms. And what passed the car there a couple of days ago, only a woman in a white t-shirt and black trousers, the exact same. They'll dress up at you, they'll copy you. If you're chewing gum, they'll fucking chew gum. They'll smoke, they'll try and get smoke going in you. I used to smoke. They'll smoke stop directly in front of your car and light up a cigarette and smoke. If not, they'll be vaping and a whole lot.